Hello. You came here to listen to my story. Curiosity is good, I guess. Can you promise me something? No? You don't even know what I'm going to ask you yet. You have to make me a promise before you continue to listen. I know you're not aware of what you're agreeing to, but I will in turn make you a promise. If you continue to listen, I will enlighten you. I will tell you about the promise you made me when I'm finished speaking to you, and if your curiosity is still as strong as when you decided to have a peek at this video, then I'm in no doubt that you'll continue listening. At this point, I must remind you that you have been mentally communicating with the screen for the past 30 seconds or so. Do not be alarmed at this realization. You're not normal. You're special. I have secrets. Everybody has them. As I see it, there are many different kinds of secrets. My type is the type that most people refrain from calling secrets and call private matters instead. I will not lie. They are secret because they will expose the truth. Over time, people will begin to view my face differently. Oh, I didn't know. I guess she has looked a little tired lately. Another secret. No way. Oh, here she comes. Look at her eyes. Oh, she must be exhausted. Another secret. Seriously? But really, it's not surprising. Everybody knows she's depressed these days. And another secret. Yeah, sitting alone against the wall over there. Must be boring. It's sad, really. I wouldn't mind talking to her if she wasn't so depressed and sad all the time. You can't just expect to have friends without doing anything about it. You have to try to make an effort. Yeah, it's her own fault, really. Oh, people tend to judge. It's sad, but it's true. There is no way to make us accept other people without comparing them to the standards that society has created. I accept this. This is why you will not know my name. I'm frightened that you will judge me on the things that I'm about to tell you. Now you know my reasons, and I can let you inside my mind and show you my predicament. I was born in a bubble like everybody else. A bubble to protect me from the outside world. I like to think of mine as a giant soap bubble with my entire world inside it. Brilliant, isn't it? You see, I was born in a large bubble. I was one of the lucky ones. Like everybody else's bubble, my bubble was filled with happiness and carefreeness to start off with. As my bubble was large and occupied a great amount of space, it therefore had room for an excessive amount of happiness, which I had. Its size also made it hard to see the edge of my bubble, and I never really felt the outside world beginning to seep inside. It all lay as a cloud way up in the sky, too high up to reach. Time after time, everybody's bubble will become thinner, and stuff from the outside world will begin to seep inside, and the carefreeness and happiness will slowly seep out. In the end, it becomes a great big mixture of security and daring. Maybe you're one of the people who were born with a small bubble. You probably didn't have a lot of happiness, and you probably felt the responsibility of the outside world seeping inside your bubble and grabbing a hold of your neck, almost choking you to death sometimes. I'm sorry. I never saw it coming. I almost felt the physical weight of it all, even though it wasn't. No sign of having to prepare was ever indicated. It took a few seconds, and my bubble, my large, beautiful bubble, exploded and I couldn't breathe. My lungs had to adjust to the contaminated air from the outside world while I was frantically trying to pull this air through my closed-off throat. I felt 1,000 clammy hands of responsibility and duty all over my body, holding me in place so I couldn't move. I saw the happiness and carefreeness floating further away from me than I had ever experienced before. I waited. Time has passed now. I can still see the happiness and carefreeness in the horizon, and I find myself day after day contemplating on how to get closer. Is it even possible? Some say it is. Sometimes I see the birds, and I find myself wishing to fly away with them. As I'm about to leap into the air, I remember the chains on my feet, and I glance over at the people standing beside me on the other end of the chains. The fog has lifted. I see them holding the needle, and even now I cannot unchain myself and fly away. I guess roses also bloom in the outside world. Do they ever fade? The birds continue their journey, but I still hope they will be back one day. The truth makes me tired, exhausted, and depressed. I will be bright and happy every day, but I need to express my honesty somehow. Some people's bubble slowly collapses over time. They learn to adjust. They learn to accept. I'm beginning to adjust and I have learned to accept, but oh, how I long for my bubble to surround me once again. You have promised me your truth. Show it to the world by being true to who you are, or write it down, read it aloud, and we can share it together on YouTube. Sincerely, L.